Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Chords and Consoles. I'm your host.
Alliteration.
Oh, that's really all it has going for it. I'm your host, Sean Colangelo. And these guys over here might look familiar to you. We have the Raj Dad You Wish You Had, Rob Kettlewell.
Sup.
We have Slick Wick, Jonathan Porter.
It's going good, Sean.
I didn't ask, I'm just kidding. And this guy, he is our special guest today. And he is Tim Napolitan, a.k.a. Pro Hardly.
Hey.
He's got his poster.
I just came for the free hors d'oeuvres. Cheese in a can. Little cracker action.
So if you've not seen this yet, it's pretty much the same thing as the Console Space podcast, but we have a guest on here who is some type of active musician.
This sounds really cool. I can't wait to see it.
Dude, you're on it right now. So I like to start out sticking.
Oh, that was a joke because I wasn't on the first episode.
Right, you were at the beach.
Wow, what a callback. One whole episode.
Well, people probably didn't see it. Dude.
I didn't see it. Okay. I was there.
Go ahead.
So, Crow, the first thing we usually like to ask people, what have you been playing? What have you been playing in the gaming world?
Oh, geez. Well, just like you boys, lifelong gamer. Just been changing it up a lot lately. I like to stick with RPGs a lot, but I've been trying to move it around. Right now, I'm in a toss-up between Monster Hunter World on PlayStation 4 and Xenoblade Chronicles on the 3DS.
Xenoblade.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Which is the 3DS one? Is like
Same
its own
one
thing?
from the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They put it on the 3DS.
Yeah, it's a great game. Been trying to put some more time on my 3DS. I feel like I always have this thing where I'll play just like Nintendo only games, and then I won't go look for third parties. And
yeah, but they're really good though.
Yeah,
so I don't blame you.
I know. I've been wanting to play Xenoblade for a while, and then it's a good time sinker. I have like 61 hours into it. Kind of makes me feel like how I did when I first played Final Fantasy VII. I know that's always the go back one that everybody says, like, it's like the millennials RPG game for all of us and stuff.
Sure.
But it's a good game. So that and probably have to do a cut here.
No, you're fine.
And
we do this all the time. We're like, what am I playing?
the Olsen Twins, The Search for the Truth on Nintendo DS.
Oh,
Nice.
classic.
That's a homebrew game, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I search for homebrew Olsen Twin games all the time.
Okay.
So that's a pretty fun one. A lot of hentai in it though. It's kind of weird. It's Olsen Twin hentai.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah.
I just hope there aren't any tentacles
yeah.
involved in that one.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they,
We'll
when I
see.
say that is cut it out.
Right.
The tentacles.
That sounds.
Yeah.
Can we cut all that out? I do not want any of that on there. That was awful.
No, it was great.
God damn.
That's what I want to hear.
Oh god.
So okay, hold on. Xenoblade. Have you played the Xenoblades at all?
I played that one. That's the one. Only
Did
one.
you beat it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I am currently at when you fall down into the Bionis area.
Okay.
That's
When you fall into the Olsen Twins pit and there are tentacles everywhere.
Yeah.
I
He's playing the
hate that.
homebrew version. Yeah, I played it on the Wii.
Okay, yeah. It's I just got Fiora restored, like her body
Okay.
recharged or whatever. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, yeah, it is as
I'd
weird
like
as
to
it sounds.
restore her body. You know what I mean?
I mean,
So there's the first Xenoblade, which is on the Wii, and now the
Xenoblade Chronicles
3DS.
X. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Then that was for the Wii U, correct?
And it was like not like a direct sequel. I don't think
Yeah.
it was like I don't know. It wasn't like a direct sequel like story wise.
Well, wasn't that one like it was more focused on actually like being inside the machines that you fly around in or whatever, right?
I know you had like mechs in it that you like
Right.
control and fly around, but I have no idea. I haven't played it.
Okay, and now there's one for the Switch too, correct?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, that's the actual sequel.
Now
Yes.
I'm asking because I've always like kind of wanted to like try Xenoblade, but I feel like it's just so much time that I'm like I don't know if I even want to just you know what I mean. But I mean, would you guys recommend it?
If you want to get into like it feels like an old, like story-wise, I don't know. It's like a crazy anime.
Yeah,
basically.
definitely.
I see. I don't really like anime stuff. I mean, sometimes. But
I mean, to be completely honest, if you're like, I don't like anime at all or any of that stuff, I probably wouldn't play it because it's very like, it's very. I don't know. Would you agree that the story is very?
Yeah, you can't take breaks from it because you're gonna forget completely everything that's going on. I made this mistake with Xenoblade, and it took me a refresher course to get back.
Well,
yeah,
it's good.
One thing that like initially, why I was apprehensive is because for a while the Wii version was like really expensive.
It's really it's like it's over $60.
Well, but now because of the release of the 3DS, I think that's actually I think it's made the Wii version cheaper now.
I would like to think so.
Well, I mean, I just remember last time I looked, I'm pretty sure like it was cheaper on the Wii.
Okay.
Than I remember it being previously.
Yeah.
But I'm not positive.
It's just the Mandela effect messing with your brain.
Probably.
Oh, well,
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's actually $400.
Yes.
Shit.
Per copy.
Okay, so and I mean, he said Monster Hunter. Have you fought Behemoth?
Love Monster Hunter. Have not fought Behemoth yet.
It sucks.
I have not. I still haven't fought Tempered Current yet.
Why would you even do that?
Because you told me not to.
Don't do that.
over online, we were talking about it, and he said, "No, don't even try it." So
now, if you think that's bad enough, have you heard of the arc tempered monsters?
That's
like even worse version.
That's even worse version. Because you were telling me like with a full like Thunder Elemental set, you still get one shot at it.
You could, yeah. I don't know. They put out an arc-tempered Kieran. I mean, I don't want to do the regular Kieran.
Yeah.
Let alone a tempered Kieran. Let alone a goddamn arc-tempered Kieran. I'm not doing it, Tim.
It just sounds like a...
Rob was like, what are they talking about?
So now I know what the
You're
people...
speaking Japanese.
Well, it's
now I know what the people who haven't played Xenoblade feel like.
Yeah.
Sure. There you go. So, no. Initially, it was him... and there's an arc-tempered Val. That wasn't fun either.
Yeah, I haven't done that one.
And right now, they have... Or at least... As of this recording, there is an arc-tempered Teostra that you can try, which also sucks balls.
Is that the thing that literally looks like a ball that puffs out and has like
No.
Okay.
That's not one of the Elder Dragons.
No.
I forget what
That's
thing
sad.
is.
I have almost
I hate
100 hours
those.
into this game and I just made like a noob comment.
Dude, so we just filmed one of our episodes of our show. And I had them guess how many hours of Monster Hunter I played. What do you think?
Last time we played, I said that I was close to 100 and you laughed. I'm going to say 334 hours.
Just under 300.
Just, it's
It's
bronze on that one.
It's bad. But I'll help you with Behemoth if you'd like. It sucks because he can pretty much like one shot your whole team at the same time.
So you're saying he's a behemoth?
He is quite the behemoth. Or the behemoth, depending. If you want to be a douche and say it like that.
Now, is this a dragon or is this like some forgettable shitty like Norse death metal band in Sweden?
No.
That
No, remember the Behemoth Final Fantasy?
Yeah, I know. I was just my attempt at making a really bad joke.
Oh, no, I got you.
I like that band. Anyway.
Oh, there is a band called Behemoth.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you're watching this and you're just like, wait, are they actually from like Sweden or something?
I think they're.
I don't know.
They're from somewhere in.
Crazy.
Speaking of Sweden, I can tell you guys a joke.
Okay.
All right, in Norway and Sweden and those areas.
I like your band Behemoth. I'm sorry.
On the sides of the ships, there are barcodes. Why?
Sides of the ships. There are
Sweden.
barcodes. Something.
Is this an IKEA joke?
Scan.
So they can Scandinavian.
Oh my god.
Wow. Did your dad tell you that joke?
No, that's not online. I got really excited because I love bad puns.
Actually, I want to do something with you. What's that make you think of when I say wah wah?
My life.
Nope. What episode? Episode of what?
SpongeBob.
Yes!
Why
did you?
Or no, it's wah, wah, wah.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh.
Yes.
I didn't know it was a crown.
It wasn't. Oh god, I love SpongeBob.
Do you want it to hurt me, Kevin?
Do you want it to hurt me? Oh my god.
That was a really I'm gonna pull my phone out because since we were on the subject of Japanese culture, this is actually, I don't know if the cameras can see this. This is actually from an episode of SpongeBob, a freeze frame.
Yeah, you can hold that up. I don't care.
Get her right in there.
Right
in there.
really close, so we can.
Somebody really wanted
There it
to show
is.
their appreciation to the people watching SpongeBob, how much they
That's
love
our new thumbnail now. Just Tim holding up
Just anyway.
Yeah, that's
Really weird.
dude. A lot of the newer episodes, from what I've heard, are really weird and like messed up.
yeah.
There was one episode I saw. It was like I think from like a season, last season or this season, where the Krabby Patties were infected and they were turning everyone into like zombies, but they were like walking, talking Krabby Patty zombies, and they were like infecting each other.
I did see that.
And I was watching this, and I was like, "This is like really, really dark. Like, there's a lot of dark things in SpongeBob. Like, they kill the health inspector and stuff."
Oh, yeah.
But I was watching this, I was like,
Zombie!
"Man, this is other level."
There's never been any ice. Yeah,
good.
It's weird now. It got weird. Any hoozle. If you have the time and you want to, I'll help you with Behemoth, but I'm warning you, it sucks balls. I got all the armor, fortunately. Have you fought Lunastra yet at all?
Yes.
Okay.
See, my favorite part about Monster Hunter is that like when I was playing online with like you and like your cousin and like it's a bunch of people I don't talk to about video games that often. It's really funny to hear them talking about like we gotta get Lunestra or whatever it is. It's like, do you have enough seeds and all these just weird like.
Isn't there like a demon seed or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armor
Okay.
seed.
I can't think of any like actual terms from the game right now,
Sure.
but like
Sure.
Don't throw down traps. You can't trap an elder dragon.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
waste. Noob.
Yeah.
Kick him out of the room while we're carving him.
Yeah.
Now,
It's like I really like how everyone's like using all the right terms. They're not just like get some bullets and the arrow. There's like the demon seeds and the bowcaster and like everyone's like everyone's really
Bro,
using it.
using
Oh, yeah.
a light bow gun on this guy really.
Yeah.
while we're on the topic of this crossover, you actually played Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn for a good
Oh, my
while,
goodness.
right? When did you finally quit? Like,
I quit because it was affecting my relationship.
sounds right.
It was literally like to the point where it was like you either play you either hang out with me and do a couple things, or you work on getting your oh god, what was I trying to get? What was the armor in Final Fantasy IV? I was a DPS in Realm Reborn, and I was working on getting the knight armor.
Like a paladin armor or
Yeah,
something.
and then I got that, and like I was like, babe, as soon as I get this full set and the trident spear, I'm good. I'm just telling you, I'll be fine. And then,
Was it Dragoon armor?
that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was like, I just gotta this DPS build. I gotta get this build finished, and it'd just be like, well, I'm gonna go to bed, and like I wouldn't go to bed. So here's the thing about MMOs is that it's not about like reaching the end. It's about like the journey there, because once I completed that set, and I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna be done. I'll take a break with this game. As soon as I got it done, I see somebody running across my screen with this set of armor that is just like completely trumps mine, and I'm like, I gotta get that armor.
Yeah, right.
I gotta get
It
it.
just never ends.
My build sucks. This sucks. This is dumb. This is this is like from a month ago. This is old now.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk around with this old armor and then
Right. If I remember correctly, I think I did get
it was
that
a death,
set.
It was a death cycle.
Yeah.
It was death cycle.
I'm pretty sure I got that armor, and then I stopped. I just stopped playing because I didn't want to pay every month for it.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
because what? I mean,
MMOs
like
are-
it's like $15 a month. Which it's not
they're bad for
horrible,
my
but
health. They're fun.
yeah.
I jumped to Elder Scrolls Online after that, and it was the same ordeal. Just like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I couldn't stop playing that game.
Dude, they're just such grinds.
So much
and-
fun though. I love grind games.
Yeah. I like MMOs, but I try to steer clear of them as much as possible. Sometimes I do get sucked in. I mean, I don't know. We look at Monster Hunter, like it's not a traditional MMO, but it is very much like one, and that's why I have 300 goddamn hours in it. So,
Ooh, segue. Speaking of Final Fantasy, one of the first songs I ever wrote as a solo artist.
Okay.
I had a recording of it. It's gone, but I was such a huge fan of Final Fantasy 12. Huge fan. That I was like trying to do like this folk stuff. I really don't know what I sound like as an artist, and people ask me all the time, like, so what can I relate you to? I'm like, I don't know. I just listen to a ton of Elliott Smith and get sad.
And you're like, have you ever played Final Fantasy 12?
Have you ever played Final Fantasy 12? Because I wrote a song called The Arut about the Arut village where Fran comes from. Yeah, if that isn't ultimate nerdum, and I'll tell you what, to this day, I can look back in those lyrics like, this is some fucking awesome lyrics, because I wrote some sweet lyrics to that song.
yeah.
But I just like, I don't know, just like lost the recording, and I just never bothered to record it again. So maybe if you guys want to hear, I get some feedback, I'll re-record the song.
Yeah.
It was really
Well,
cool.
we want to hear it.
Oh yeah, so maybe that'll be a thing next time I come on the show.
You'll have it ready.
Yeah, like it'll be like a Guitar Hero, where like as soon as I start, it's like, oh guys, I promise you, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Sorry, Tim. No second takes. You're done. Get off. Get out of here, Crow. You blew it. You had it all. You blew it. But yeah, just I love that game so much. I couldn't stop playing. I was like, man, I love this game. This game's amazing. And I was like, man, I gotta write a song about how much I love this game. Love that, man.
Yeah.
I'd like to play 12 again because I think it was the last game that like the creator of Final Fantasy worked on.
Really?
And it was like, but the first time I played it, I couldn't get into like the battle system.
Same.
Mhm.
I hated the
Gambit
battle
system?
system.
Yeah.
Did it grow on you? This is a question for
Well-
have you played it, Rob?
I'm not.
I would like to hope that it would grow on me, but I didn't give it that much of a chance.
Sean.
Right at the beginning of the game, where you can like go out and like do
Out of sight
like,
of Road
like
Master.
bounties and
Yeah.
stuff. Like that was really fun.
Yeah.
But it was frustrating because it was like I wasn't used to like not having that level of control. Like you go out and that system kind of just puts a marker on someone. Your character starts attacking them based on like what you've already selected. Like
That's
your
what
AI to do.
Xenoblade Chronicles is, though, kind of.
It is,
In a way.
but at least it is. And that one I had to get a little bit used
Mm-hmm.
to too. But at least with Xenoblade, like you got the moves, you can pick when to do what move.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of strategy
is true.
with like
I concur.
do this move to knock him down, then it makes him more susceptible to this move or stuff like that. But like I don't know, it just felt like anytime that I died in 12, it just felt like, well, it wasn't my fault. Like it just felt like, oh well, I'm walking around and all right, whatever. It didn't feel right to me, but I'd like to get back to it one day because I like the story and it looked awesome.
I didn't give 12 that much of a chance. I haven't played it since I was a kid, like when it first came out.
Same.
And yeah, I hated the battle system so much. I mean, I got maybe 12% like into the game, and then I was like, screw this game.
I consider it the second best Final Fantasy game ever made.
Really?
Wow.
Behind 7?
What's your favorite?
Yep,
Seven?
and top 3.
What about 8 and 10?
Top 3 are 7's. I'm sorry, guys, and everybody says take the nostalgia glasses off. It's still a masterpiece. Love it. 12 is the second best one, and then 6 is the third.
Okay.
Oh, were you?
Kefka is the greatest villain of all video game history. Kefka.
So were you a fan of 8, 9, and 10?
Didn't play. You know what? When I played 8 as a kid, I don't know. It was probably just me being a dumb kid. But I didn't.
It was hard.
I didn't understand how to build. You had to craft weapons.
Yeah,
I couldn't get it. I couldn't
right.
figure it out. 9. By the time 9 came out, I was fortunate enough. Fortunate enough that someone gave me a launch PlayStation 2.
Okay.
And like,
Oh,
I was
wow.
poor growing up and stuff. Didn't have a lot. But I remember like. I had my landlord of all people was like, "Hey, Merry Christmas," and it came with a game called Orphan. It was a
Yes.
it was like a first. It was a launch RPG on the PlayStation 2, and like that was like the same time when 9 was coming out, and I just was like I was like, left that behind.
9 is my favorite by far.
9. I
my favorite.
gotta play it. I didn't like the character art because it was like it went
I
from
get
adult theme, and then it like was like chibi heads.
I get that.
Maybe that's the wrong term, but
Well, I know what you mean.
Chibi.
is it chibi?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it was like, it's like reverting back for me. I was like, this isn't edgy. This isn't cool. So.
Sure.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
it has a charm to it. It's something. Yeah, it's
If they re-release it, which have they done it? Yeah.
it's on PS4 now.
With trophies?
Probably.
Yes.
Oh yes, I'll probably play it.
Yeah. See, I actually haven't played 9 either, but I want to download it on PS4.
Okay. The only thing, and this is a really stupid criticism that no one's going to care about, but the only reason I suggest the PlayStation version, you can even borrow it if you want. The best way to play it, from my perspective, is PlayStation version on the PS2. The PS2, you can set it to where it renders it a little bit better, and kind of smooths it thing out. Things out. I can't speak. Anti-alias. Smooths things out.
I just wanted to say that. I was going to say camera.
Anyway, whenever they remaster one of those Final Fantasy games and they put it on something else, they change the font in the dialogue boxes. And 90% sure that no one cares about this but me, but it's too different for me. I had to get the original font.
Hey.
It feels too different.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true passionate fan though. I mean, no, I think that's very.
It's just like the original one has like its own font and style to it, and in the new ones it's just like Arial or whatever they use. So it's different. But that being said,
Comic Sans.
Probably
drives you crazy.
Probably. But that being said, if you haven't played the game, get it on PS4. Play it. It looks
definitely will.
better. Yeah.
So, what are you looking forward to upcoming? We were just talking like on our last episode. Rabia is actually going to buy a PS4 for Red Dead and Fallout.
Yep. Oh, very good choice, my friend.
So, what are you looking forward to coming up?
Oh gosh, well, obviously Fallout 76, just because I want to see. I'm trying not to get too hyped because I feel like the things I'm gonna want to see that could be in are not going to be my expectations.
Well, you're going to kill the Mothman, so that's kind of cool. I mean, so
that far in the future, yesterday's has collapsed. So
that is true.
Won't be in it.
Well, if Wheeling Island is incorporated in the game, at least it'll look exactly how it's supposed to. So, I mean, that comes from someone who lives on Wheeling Island, by the way. So,
the suspension bridge will still be there.
Yeah.
There will still be cars driving across it.
Yes. I really and this isn't me trying to make a joke for anybody who's local. I really think that Moondog would be such a perfect character in that game.
Yeah.
He would be such a great character, and I hope Bethesda knows of his origins and has him in the game.
What if he is the de facto mayor of
that
Fallout
would be amazing?
Wheeling?
An NPC mayor.
That'd be awesome.
Not even for a punchline. I think it'd just be hilarious.
That'd just be great.
Moondog would be in the game, so maybe he'd be on the radio.
what about
stations.
Baby D?
Baby D. He would be one of the just.
You got any bottle caps I need to buy?
All the people coming out of the Omega next to 7-Eleven be like, "Hey there, smooth skin." Just harassing you. Get out of here, smooth skin. This is our territory. Just from years of drinking flat bush beer in the daylight.
Oh my god. You getting Spider-Man?
Oh my
At
gosh,
launch?
yes.
Yeah.
The things, real quick, the things I am looking forward to, it pains me because the one at the top of my list, I'm going to be dead before I get to play, is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah. You'll never get that game.
I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 2. And I'm looking forward to, which is not getting a lot of hype, people are kind of dismissing it early, is because it's another zombie game. What's the PS4? Days Gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that game is going to kick so much ass.
I think it will be a pretty good game. I don't think it's going to flop by any means. I don't think it's going to...
It's going to be harder? It's going to be a sleeper hit?
I think it's going to be a solid game, and I know that I'm going to enjoy it a lot. I don't know that it will succeed enough to warrant like becoming a franchise.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be a pretty good game though.
Yeah, I just I'm so fascinated. It's like when you're gonna hate this. I know you're gonna hate this. When I had an Xbox 360,
No.
and when I got to play Dead Rising, and I
Okay.
saw the amount of zombies that a game could be on the screen,
That was cool.
Yeah.
was
I was
impressive.
just like, oh my gosh, this is the future. And I really haven't had anything like that blow me away in a long time since then. And it's like when I saw like the demos of Days Gone, where like you can destroy like a log truck and like the logs roll over and just roll over these zombies that are individually rendered, and it just looks so incredible. Like
Yeah.
the tension just looks amazing. So
Right.
that's why I like look forward to that.
Last game in question. If you can,
Yeah.
what do you think your favorite game ever is? If you can't pick one, you can pick one franchise.
Favorite game?
Aside from the Olsen Twin homebrew games,
Yeah, it's a good franchise.
I'm like a hipster when it comes to that. It's like, oh, you haven't played the homebrew game, have you? Yeah. It's only been released in the Seattle area, so only Seattle fans like the pawn shops know about it.
People hand it out on flash drives.
Yo, check out my homebrew. It's like you go to New York City. And the rappers are like, hey, check this out,
Yeah.
get my stuff, and then you take it, and it's like, well, I need a tip, share a story. So,
Oh yeah, that was.
I once walked by.
I worked hard on that homebrew.
I know. I'm getting way off something.
No,
here.
go ahead,
I
you're
really
fine.
just wanted to fit in that I walked past an aspiring rapper in Times Square, and he handed me a CD, free CD, and I took it, being a tourist, and he's like, well, you gotta give me some money, like a tip, and I did. And I'm glad I did because the CD was a picture of him at a Star Trek con with Leonard Nimoy, and like the guy had all this bling hanging off, and he's like going like this, and like Leonard Nimoy just looks so bothered, like he didn't want to be there, and like little did Leonard Nimoy know that his face is being put on a rap album.
You should send Leonard Nimoy
I have
that
it.
CD and see if he gets a cease and desist.
He
Oh
could.
no, he passed away.
Oh, that's right.
Oh wow, he is dead.
Open
That's
his grave,
true.
Send it to his
drop
estate.
Drop it in. Here you go, buddy. You're welcome.
and I'll go, he was number one. Sorry. Many cuts are going to be done. I'm sorry.
No, leaving it.
Favorite video game of all time.
How about of all time?
All time. I've been playing games since the NES days. I've played everything from Turtles in Time to Fire Pro Wrestling, Japanese import on my Dreamcast. I have hit the spectrums of every corner of gaming, and I will tell you right now,
Oh god.
from here to the day I die, there will never be a greater video game in terms of story, ambience, character, the full package, and the Lex Luger full package. The Last of Us.
Okay.
The Last of Us is the greatest video game ever made
Okay.
I can agree.
of all time.
In terms,
Of all
well, I mean, like obviously it's becoming a franchise now,
Mm-hmm.
but like in terms of single like standalone games, like that was the one that I'd be like, yeah, pretty
It's
much.
a masterpiece. It is.
Yeah.
It's just you can say what you want about. There's so much time where you walk through and just like nothing's happening. No, you're wrong. Everything's happening. You're supposed to be sucking that in, like everything happening, like nothing. Like we're so used to quick time event AAA blockbuster games nowadays that like walking through a desolate street in The Last of Us and nothing happening is like why it's happening. If that makes sense. Like
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the most impressive things while I was playing The Last of Us was just how all the little details like that, when there's nothing going on and you're like, okay, we're supposed to go down this street, and you like kind of take your own path and the characters like react to that. Like, hey, where are you going? Like, what? We're supposed to be going this way. He's like, oh, I just want to check this. Like every little thing like they react to, and
It's not without its flaws.
yeah.
I mean, there is no such thing as a perfect game.
Yeah.
Sure.
The ending left a lot to be desired, but over time I came to appreciate it because it made you. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but the decision that Joel makes for Ellie, and like it's almost a selfish decision, but you grow to understand why he did it because he was a father at one time, and I'll just leave it at that. And when you beat the game or have beat the game, you understand why he did that.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I totally understand like being like weird about the ending at first. The first time I saw that ending, I was like, this was perfect, and that was like I love that ending.
Yeah.
I was mad when they announced the sequel because I was like, I wanted that to be it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I've been torn over a sequel because I'm like, I don't think it needs a sequel, but you know that like it's gonna be really good. So you're
It's
like,
gonna be
well,
incredible.
I mean, I'm gonna play it obviously.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be
But
incredible.
man,
Yeah.
I love that ending. And
Yeah.
I know there's, I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh, that's where it ends, like whenever it ends, but like, I love it.
Yeah. When I first beat it, I was like, wait a minute, that's it. But then once I was able to kind of like I was like, oh, that's actually pretty crazy. You know what I mean?
Has there been any word on the movie who's playing who in the movie? In which I will say, I think it's kind of silly that's being made into a movie because it's already like
It pretty much
The
is.
game like is a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's great though. Like
Well, that's like Sony's thing now is to make stuff that are basically playable movies.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to be, like.
Oh, it's got to be Chris Pratt. Come on,
what
man.
as Joel?
Oh yeah.
I have reservations about that.
What are your reservations?
Because I think the perfect Joel would be if we had to go like if we.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh my goodness. Like Ellie, get down. Ellie, get down. I know that's not how he sounds, but I can't do one eye this way and one eye this way. Sorry, Steve. I think the best Joel would be
The Rock.
Will Smith.
yeah. Who was the guy's name in 300?
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh,
And Law-Abiding Citizen.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard
Yeah.
Butler, like as
that could actually work.
That would
Yeah.
be
I can
good.
see
Have
that.
you guys ever seen Law-Abiding Citizen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good.
That
movie.
version of Gerard Butler as Joel,
Yeah.
who would do anything for his family. That's who I'd like to see. And obviously,
good.
Ellen
That's a
Page
really-
has to be.
Sure,
Just has to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
unless-
a really good pick.
Yeah, that's who I'd pick.
Wow, yeah,
Yeah, that was
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so let's shift now a little bit. Tim Crow,
Yes.
why don't you tell what's the story of Crow Hardley? And I mean, I'm gonna go all the way back to when you began playing music because.
Oh, man.
Were you in Posh Zombie or am I wrong about that?
Yes, I was. In
Okay, because that's like my first, I think, recollection of like if you play music, but I'm sure that it goes even farther back than that.
Oh yeah.
So-
I consider myself a journeyman of music.
Okay.
Which everybody started somewhere.
Right.
Big Journey fan.
Big Journey. Yeah, I'm a huge Journey fan. I always wanted to play music as much as I love video games. I was either going to be a pro wrestler or a video game designer or a musician. And when I realized that 2 out of the 3 would be like way too expensive and there's no wrestling ring and wheeling. And, I don't know how I'm going to go to game school. So,
That's
my
hard.
mom bought me a $150 Dean starter bass, and I found a band, a pop punk band called Less Than Perfect. They were looking for a bass player.
You were in Less Than Perfect?
Mm-hmm.
I remember Less Than Perfect.
I was in there. I was the second ever bass player in that band. There was 3 bass players.
That's insane to
So
me.
I joined Less Than Perfect and recorded the first studio album. What's that?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Who was the singer of Less Than Perfect?
It was supposed to be Scott Breeding?
I'm not sure.
Right, I'm Scott. I'm so sorry. We're friends on Facebook. But Nick Battistone sang.
That's right.
But we went
Okay.
through a few different people. But anyways, yeah. So I joined the band. It was really fun. I was like 15 years old and like got to go on tour with them, and it was
Wow.
crazy for somebody that was like so young.
Yeah.
I got to record in a studio where Anti-Flag just recorded an album, and it was like I'm a huge punk rock fan, and so like I'm in like here I am like 16 years old recording an album. Like it was too much for me at the time, way too much. Too much was happening, and like it was too much. I had moved to Pittsburgh and stayed in Pittsburgh for a while, and I came back. And I was looking to get into another band when I came across a guy named Jesse Lenz, who is a really successful illustrator now for like Entertainment Weekly. But he was looking for a bass player for a Christian metal band called Despondency. And our friend Creighton Hill was like, hey, you should check that out. Jumped in that band. And that was like another thing too, where I was like, oh my God, I'm on tour. Here I am, like doing this thing again. And too much. It was too much, and had to take a break. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is I've been in a lot of different types of music, and I've always wanted to do my own thing. And I joined Posh Zombie, and that was an electronic punk goth rock band, I guess. I don't know.
Now, if I may interject quickly, my experience with Posh Zombie.
Yeah.
At the time, me and Rob were in a band together where we just played cover songs and stuff, and we did a show for Anthony Taylor after he had passed away
at the
McClure Hotel.
McClure Hotel.
And I remember watching you guys, and I was like, dude, this band's really interesting. Mm-hmm. But at the time, I didn't even know you though.
Yep. Oh,
So,
yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't know you or Creighton or Brandon or anybody yet.
Oh, like 21. Yeah. That was some crazy. That was a crazy show. Speaking of video games, we had a song. It was a song about Resident Evil. It was like about getting out of Raccoon City. It was a really cool song.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. But yeah, so there's a video on YouTube of that song. If you want to go look for it. But, so yeah, after that happened, always knew in the back of my mind that I always wanted to do something solo. It was like I had all these ideas. I was always writing lyrics down, and I could just never get them to work and stuff. And like, I'm an okay guitar player, and I was thinking about like doing the whole just guitar singer songwriter, Hampton Neapolitan, and I just kind of held my ground on it for a little bit. And then I was asked by Braden Fair to perform at the West Liberty Art and Music Festival, Arts Festival. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what can I do that can separate me from everybody else? Because I knew everybody was going to have a guitar, somebody was going to do like, there was like slam poetry, there was like covers and acoustics and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I've been playing bass my whole entire life. I was like, I love playing bass. Like, what if I just, like, did something so ridiculous and I just got an acoustic bass? And all the songs that I ever wanted to play, I just put them onto an acoustic bass, and if it crashes and burns, it'll crash and burn. But I was like, it's an art festival about being different, so I get there. Brandon asks me, all right, what's your staging going to be? I'm on in, like, 5 minutes. I'm nervous as hell. I have no idea. I'm like, well, Tim Neapolitan. He's like, no, man, you're not opening up at a local bar. Like, be somebody. Like, be something. Like, make something. You know what I mean? That's like one of the coolest things that I ever heard from a friend. Like, because Brandon is very, very intelligent, independent artist, and he's really good at branding and getting stuff out there. So now I'm like having anxiety attack. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. What am I going to be? I don't know what my name's going to be. Well, I know the night before I couldn't sleep, and I watched The Crow on TNT, because TNT always showed The Crow. City of Angels, or they had like the DTV show. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll be Crow. Neapolitan. I was like, no, that sucks. That totally sucks. And, it was almost like Brandon's like, come on, man, like, I need a name. I need a name. And Brandon, I don't know if you remember this, but yes, you helped me with this, so thank you, Brandon. And I wrote soft songs. I was writing like a lot of emotional songs. I'll be Crow Hartley. Crow Hartley is my name. So then I get on stage, and he goes, everybody, this is Crow Hartley. And he must have heard me wrong, and he said Crow Hartley. And then I got on stage, and I was like, hey, everybody. And then I proceeded to play. Definitely nervous, and it wasn't the best, but people really liked it. And I was like, okay, this experiment's over. I'm just going to be a guitar player and do whatever. I'll just play bass for other bands. Am I going on too long?
No,
Okay.
no, of course not.
And then all these people came up, was like, I've never seen anybody do that before. That was so cool. And to this day, like, I consider myself a very flawed artist. Like, I don't consider myself, like, unique on purpose. But I have a lot of fun doing what I do, and I think that it does set me apart, and I enjoy how it sounds, and I know my music's not for everybody. But going back to that show, and like the college kids were just like, oh, this is so cool, this is so cool. I stuck with it ever since, and I've been recording music with an acoustic bass since I was 21. Crow Hartley's, 10 years old now.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've been playing shows everywhere. I love to play in Pittsburgh. I love staying local to my local roots. Probably will play until the day I die. So
Crow Hartley, so it really has no ultimate meaning. Like, it was kind of spur of the moment, kind of.
I kind of like it like that because, like, I think a lot of people sound pretentious when they come up with their names.
Sure.
And like, and they'll like, oh well, I was reading a book on this and this, and and it spoke to me. Like, no, I was up the night before eating Cheetos, and I was watching The Crow, and I wrote love songs, and I was like, oh, I'm Crow Hartley, and then one of my best friends goes Hartley, and I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Now, I'm going to tell you that...
It kind of makes me sound normal. It kind of keeps it grounded.
Well,
So.
Leaving things up to interpretation is cool and it works, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I've always thought that your name meant crow, as in to, like, make noise, right?
And then Crow's Hartley.
Right.
No, that's great.
That was the way I always kind of took it that way.
I would prefer that people thought. Like, I would like for people to think that.
Well, see, I'm not even kidding you, and I even looked this up because I was thinking, like, hardly. I was like, I mean, it works in sound, but like, what's the actual definition? Right?
Yeah, I like that it doesn't really have.
Well, no. So like, I looked up hardly. I looked up what it means, and it showed me an archaic definition.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this. This is new.
That actually means like
so there's like hardly as in like not a lot, but
right?
Then hardly as in like hard,
like with vigor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Ooh,
And
wow.
so that's how, like,
Talk about some organicness.
Sure. So like,
kinda
I always kind
together.
of thought, it's like, I'm gonna go on stage and play, and then like everybody will crow hardly.
See, everything I said was a lie. That actually was what it was.
Yeah.
I just let them.
That's how I took it.
I let them figure it out for themselves. That's really the real. That whole thing never happened.
That was my interpretation of it.
No, that's it from now on. That's how I got the name.
Sean's a moderator on the Crow Hardly fan site.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the moderator.
Crow
Okay,
69.
yeah.
Crow
I saw-
69.
69.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
One person said before that my name should be Pigeon Roughly. And I thought that was hilarious. I played a show in the Southpaw, which I'm a left-handed guy, so I like to play there a lot.
Dude. I saw you there one time, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of playing a Southside, and I've started kind of great Shopside at Niche, and someone's like, it was some drunk guy, and he was like, great set, man. Like when you play a show and it's like, hey, I got some stuff for sale. You don't have to buy. I'm just saying I have shirts. I'd love to, man, but I don't have any money. Yeah, 3 Jaeger bombs, please. Yeah, it was great. Just get me your stuff and I'll buy something online. But he told me that, man, you should be like Pigeon Roughly. That'd be great. Pigeon Roughly. And I
like
actually
the Pigeon
thought,
Man from Hey Arnold.
yeah. Oh, I always thought that was Adrian Brody. Like the actor Adrian Brody, like in a pigeon costume.
Well, yeah.
If there was a live action.
Yeah,
Hey
he
Arnold,
should be.
Well, we were talking earlier about SpongeBob episodes that were dark. I'm pretty sure at the end of that episode, he like commits suicide.
I've heard that.
I think it's like a
theory.
metaphor for him. Like he's like, Arnold, I just don't like people, and then he just flies away with the pigeons, like into the
Like
sunset.
Arnold, that's Arnold's memory, and he like blacked about him jumping off the building.
Yeah.
Because there's
Oh
no
my
way,
God,
there's
right?
no way that like 30 pigeons could carry that guy off the
Right.
building.
He jumped off that building and killed himself. Yeah.
Wow.
That's like how Arnold's grandma has like dementia or Alzheimer's.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does she call him? Kimba.
I think so.
And she always messes up the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah, man.
It's getting sad, guys.
I'm sorry.
Real quick, I just want to ask you guys, since you guys have been asking me questions.
Yeah. Hit me. Hit us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hit me.
What-
Hit me.
Real quick, since we're talking about Hey Arnold, what's everybody's favorite scene from Hey Arnold?
Scene from.
We'll start at Rob and we'll move down.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say favorite scene is when the episode where they have to figure out if Eugene pulled the fire alarm. Curly,
Yeah.
Helga keeps yelling. She's like, I have to get to WrestleMania. She's like, I have tickets to WrestleMania. I gotta get out of here. They're like, he's guilty. And then Arnold's the only one that says he's not guilty, and Curly like
Everybody gets mad.
snaps.
They all
He's
want to get out.
Eugene took my pencil. Eugene,
That's right.
chewing on the
That's right.
eraser. Eugene, shepherding. He's like, I pulled the fire alarm, and like Principal Warts is like pulling him down the hall. He's like, so you pulled the fire alarm, didn't you? And Curly's like, that's right. And he's like, and I do it again too. And he pulls the fire alarm, and he just keeps, it's like a wide shot of like the outside of the school. You just hear him like dragging Curly down the hall, and he just keeps pulling the fire alarms as he's going down the hall.
What a rebel.
Favorite scene.
That's a good one.
That was, I
That's a
remember
good
that.
answer.
That was a great pick.
Jables?
Oh boy, I don't know if I have like a favorite scene that I can think of. It'd probably be from. I love the episode with the haunted train.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one.
And aren't they in like a hot dog and. Or no, they're in like costumes, fruit costumes, banana and
orange and strawberry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Fruits. It's fruits.
Yeah.
I'm a banana. You're a strawberry.
It's a good pick too.
I would have to go with. Remember when they were like, I think it was like Arnold and Gerald. They were in the pool, like they were trying to get those girls, and they're like, he's like, Maria,
Maria, come on.
come over here.
Come over here.
And then like, you know, like
They were the sixth graders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Gerald. He's like, Arnold, come on, older women.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh.
What about you?
Well, it was a toss-up between Mr. Wynn running around the bases going, play ball! Play ball! Play ball! Play ball! Play ball!
I forgot. Oh, man.
Then Arnold's grandpa's like, well, you quit that, or something. There was a really, really dark scene when... I don't know why this is my favorite, because I think it's just because I like dark humor a lot. Arnold likes, who's the girl with the braids?
Ruth McDougal.
Ruth.
No,
not her. I remember her, but no, the new girl.
The girl that's from the country.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, she moves to town, and Helga gets jealous because she's the new girl, and everybody likes her, and she's so sweet, and she says like "gosh" and
oh, she's like poor. Yeah.
No, that's not why I think it's funny, because I can relate to that. Like, I can still relate to that being an adult. But
Lila.
Yeah,
there's
Lila.
this scene where she comes home, and then Helga's looking at her through the window, and there's no food to eat in the house, and it's really, really sad. And then she says something along the lines of, well, Papa, it will be okay, because we have a can of beans to eat. And then he goes, no, we can't, because I ate them too. And it makes like this like sound, and it's like, oh my god, like what is going on?
Oh my god.
I don't know. Like, my answer is the depressing one. I'm sorry, but the fact that somebody drew them, it's like, yeah, we'll have the dad say that he ate the last can of beans, and like go into like a breakdown, like I ate the last can of beans. God, man, Hey Arnold was. Yeah.
Can we do an honorable mention for the episode where Stinky gets famous as the Yoo-Hoo spokesperson? Yoo-Hoo, just drink it.
What about, remember, we're talking about Mr. Wynn. This reminded me of the one where he's like a country singer
Oh, yeah.
or whatever.
And it's Randy Travis,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like in the episode they call him Travis Randall.
That's right.
Or
That's
whatever.
right.
Yeah, that's such a good show.
Real quick, if you guys could see when Filbert the Turtle goes on tour and sings "Come Grow with Me,"
Yeah.
you could see him live or Dino Spumoni sing "I'm gonna punch you." It's something to kiss about.
Or-
You better
yeah.
not even try.
Or like,
you look at that big black eye.
Or no, what was the other one? It was like, take all those paintings
Off
off
the
the
wall,
wall.
honey, pow, smash them all.
Yeah,
But if you can see him or Filbert live.
I gotta go Spumoni.
Is it the depressing Dino Spumoni when he's like singing at the kids' dance and he's like singing all his like sad songs about how he's gonna die?
Remember when he fakes his own death?
That was
Oh
great.
my god! Why are we laughing?
This is just a great show, dude.
Oh my god!
What about the episode where Gerald runs away from home and he's living in the boarding house and he does his own laundry and Mr. Wayne like knocks on his door? He's like,
yeah.
"This lit, you're lit."
What was the one guy on Arnold? Hey Arnold, that he moved in with Arnold because his wife threw him out, and he was like, "Arnold, I have nowhere to go."
Oscar.
My wife, she threw me out.
Well, Susie, make me a sandwich.
No,
Oscar, make your own sandwich.
You make the baby a sandwich. No, Susie, you keep the money.
You
keep the
money. How cool was Arnold's room though? Back then?
Oh,
Everybody
it was
wanted
so
Arnold's
cool.
room.
Dude, it was
So
amazing.
cool.
I always thought it was so cool. I don't.
Oh yeah. Do you remember the episode where Oscar has to learn how to read?
Yeah, and he fakes it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the puppy.
Yeah, and he gets caught.
Was he? So,
Do you want to pet the pretty kitty?
Yeah.
The kitty is so soft and pretty.
that's gonna be me in like 15 more years. This is the highlight of my career right now. I'm gonna be that guy like bothering kids at the pool, like, please give me money, I'm hungry. Get away from my kids.
Oscar Kakofshka. That was his name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Here's the fact, honey. Sean
Oh,
Colangelo.
Lord. Okay, so that, so we're now to Crow Hardly. What do you like most about playing music?
Oh man, so because a lot of my stuff is really, really raw. Like I said, like I'm a flawed artist in a sense, but I like it. I like that. I like that I'm not perfect. I like that everything that I write is something that truly came from the heart. Like I don't write stuff that's like, oh, this sounds cool. Like these people will like that. Like I write stuff that I like to write about. Like, and then if somebody in the audience of 20 people or 30 people can come up to me like, hey, that song you wrote, like I have people come to me about the song In the Eyes of the Giants. And it's not a song so much about me personally, but like the people around me that I've lost. That song means a lot to a lot of people. Pretty much anytime I can play a show and then someone can take something away from it is like a huge, huge thing for me. That's why I like to play a lot. And like I'm a really outgoing guy. I love to have fun, but I love being intimate like with music and stuff, and I just love it. I just love when somebody is like not when they're looking, they're like paying attention to every single word you're saying. Like that's such a cool feeling. So if I don't even care about playing huge sold out places, if I could play like a tattoo shop or a coffee shop, and then somebody's like, man, like that song, like I listen to that song and it gets me through, or like, oh, I like this song because like it just makes me feel good, or like just awesome. That's why I like to do it. So that's like why I'll always play music. I'll always be Crow Hardly, like always. Like even when I don't know, even when I can't even play music anymore, I'll just have it on a karaoke machine and just sing.
So let me ask you this. So because you obviously have been in bands before, all different kinds of bands.
Yes, sir.
Was it a challenge to transition from doing that to becoming a solo artist?
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. I mean, especially considering that, like, what I do is just, I'm cut from such a different kind of cloth. Like, I know every time I play a show that somebody's gonna be like, look at this, what is this? You know what I mean? It's like every time I play, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to have to convince somebody that, like, what I'm doing isn't, like, some weird side act. It's like, no, like, I do this because, like, I like to do this. And, like, I want to make you guys enjoy yourselves. But, yeah, taking from being in a Christian metal band to a goth techno band to being pop punk and then just being on your own, like, it's scary. Like, you don't have that comfort zone of other people.
Right.
But once you get, like, into that mode and, like, you know that you're getting this energy connection from people. I mean, you know, you're not going to win everybody over and people are always going to think something different about you. But, like, once you get into that mode and you can feel their energy and they can feel yours, and even if it's only for a brief moment in time, like, it's the best feeling in the world. And, like, I think that's why I'll always probably be a solo artist. And it's not that I don't enjoy. I love being in bands. I'd love to be in another band down the road, but, like, I just love this. And it's a challenge. Like, I've opened up for Wet Great Fangs, which is crazy. Like you're opening up for a kick-ass Southern metal band, and you have a different type of clientele that's there to listen to music. Like, I basically have cut a name for myself in the metal scene around here. And it's intimidating, but it's also, like, challenging, and that's why I like to do it, because it's challenging. I'm like, it's like an uphill battle every time. But, like, once you get, like, through it, and then somebody hears you and it's like, dude, like I actually really like that. And then you have like somebody who doesn't listen to like music that you play. And it's like, cool, I just won somebody over, so.
Yeah, dude, awesome.
Is that a good answer?
No, that was an excellent answer. I mean, I give anybody props because I've always had the luxury of kind of hiding behind a drum set. I mean, you know, there's always pressure involved, but I couldn't imagine being solo. I don't think I could ever do that.
It's fun.
I mean, as guitar players, you guys may have done gigs like that before, ever?
Yeah, I've done solo gigs before.
Okay, yeah. And I mean, I'm sure it's a lot harder.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah.
I'll say no matter how many shows you do, the first song, even if it's 5 people or 50, like it's the first song's always like the hardest one to get through.
Right.
But then after that, it's like if you can click with that energy, like I keep using energy as a reference, but that's how I believe, like in, you know, things. If you can just pick up on somebody's energy, picking up on you, like then you're good from there. It's like that's the challenge. Once you get through that hurdle, it's cool.
Awesome, dude.
Yep.
Okay, this is a bit of a hybrid question I'd like to ask.
I'm not a fan of hybrid theory. I'm sorry. That was Meteora was always the better.
I don't entirely disagree. I used to love Linkin Park back in the day. Oh my god.
Man.
Oh man.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. So
They're never gonna invite me back on ever again.
we it's not the first time. Trust me.
JP's like, I have to do so much editing now. Like,
Hey, Sean's gonna edit this, so I'm fine.
Can you think of any video games you've played that were centered around a band or music? The one I usually remember is Revolution X on Sega. Did you ever play Revolution
oh my
X?
god, the Aerosmith game.
Yeah. Don't give up. Play it again.
Shooting the records out?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I hope that somebody out there in the music world was so inspired by that they became like a household name in music, and that was because of Revolution.
Because of the game.
Well, so I found another one that I'll tell you about, but I want to know like if there's any offhand that that you can think of that you played back in the day.
That were like in that format or like just like with music?
Just like that were just like centered around like an actual, like artist.
Does I don't know. This is gonna be a loose connection here, but I really like Parappa the Rapper.
I'll take it.
I don't know. It's kind of hard because it really there was the Aerosmith game.
Right.
It's not a whole lot.
Are you waiting? Like, because I feel like you might have one that I'm not.
I found one that you guys are not gonna believe that I didn't know existed, and it is called. It was for the Sega Genesis, and it is called Michael Jackson's Moonwalkers.
Oh, okay.
And I am dead ass serious.
Yep.
You play as Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
and you go around rescuing little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Wow.
In the 90s.
I've seen that.
That's the route they went. They could have went with the route of you moonwalking on the moon and shooting aliens, but that's the route.
Rescue
they
little
went.
kids.
It was a 2D side scroller.
Which seems really
I had it on
horrible.
Sega Channel. It was on Sega Channel.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which
Sega
seems
Channel.
ultra screwed up in hindsight.
I know. That'd be. You guys should like do an episode solely on Sega Channel.
On Sega Channel.
I thought about
Yeah.
buying it, and then I was like, I just can't. I just can't do this.
Pass.
Fun fact about Moonwalker: Thriller was the only song they couldn't get licensed in that game. But then it got ported to like either a really odd console or like it got on PC.
Hold
And then
on.
Hey, sorry, we're back. We got cut off there, which we usually use as a signal to wrap this thing up. So, Tim, it was awesome having you on here, man.
Oh, no problem.
It will not
It was-
be your first time, I
great.
imagine. We'd
Well-
love to have you back at some point.
guys, listen, I've had a lot of fun. Being asked questions and I'm super humbled by the whole experience. And I feel like I have to do something for you guys in return. I mean, you made me feel like a rock star. You asked me things that I never thought I'd ever get to answer. So with that being said, guys, I brought some gifts.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
No, I wanted to, and I'm not trying to like show off on screen, but I like you guys. I've grown up with you guys. I've known you guys a long time. So with that being said, let's get this going here. First, Rob, I'm gonna start with you. I know you're a big Donkey Kong fan, so I got you Donkey Kong Country Freeze for the Nintendo Switch.
Yes. Check
That's
it.
a
Wow.
pretty big
Yeah.
gift.
I know. I just something I wanted to do. I hope you enjoy it. JP, brother,
Yeah.
I know you're all about sightseeing and going on an Odyssey. So I wanted to get you Super Mario Odyssey.
Dude,
You're going to New Donk City,
you
bro.
gotta be kidding me.
Dude, no problem,
That's
man.
not.
Dude, thank you
Dude.
so much for having me on the show. It's been great.
Yes.
It's awesome. Yeah,
That's
it's so.
insane.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, anytime you guys want me back on, just
Well, like, we'll have to
around.
have you back on tomorrow.
yeah, yeah. If you guys want to
What?
play games and stuff, hang out, and yeah, we'll do it. You know, we'll just
That's awesome.
make it happen, right? So cool. So I guess the part where
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
I'm on
Thank you so much for
Spotify,
this.
iTunes, Bandcamp. Find me online. Come chat it up with me, and I'd love to talk and hang out and see you at my next gig. Oh, beforehand. What?
Nothing. Those are really nice games. That's all.
Yeah. What are you trying to say?
No, I just, I have,
You already have Odyssey.
Yeah,
yeah, but I don't,
You don't like Donkey
I
Kong
haven't-
that much.
Oh,
I haven't played Donkey. I haven't played Donkey.
you're. Don't worry, I saved the best for last.
boy.
I see, brother. I would never forget
Okay.
you. Never forget
Yeah,
you.
all right.
Listen. I traveled long and hard on a road of many trials and tribulations, but I saved the best for last. I know how much of a fan you are of trilogies,
Okay.
franchises in particular,
Like
AAA blockbusters.
Uncharted, Mass Effect. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And even though you did miss out on the one that I'm going to present to you, I wanted to let you know that I treasure our friendship, and I got you Gears of War 2 on Xbox 360.
Oh,
Dude.
thanks, dude.
You're gonna have to get a 360 and play
Yeah.
it.
Hey man, Locust Horde's calling your name.
You couldn't even
Time to
give me,
chainsaw him down.
You couldn't even give me the case.
I was a rare import, really hard to get a hold of the case.
Okay.
Um, I know you love it. I can just tell you're speechless right now.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I mean, they got a brand new Switch games. I mean, that's
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't even have it. Actually, I do have a Switch, but
I mean, Gears of War. I mean, who doesn't love Gears of War? You know.
And 2 is a good one.
Anya, it's a giant worm. You'll hear that. You'll hear that in the game.
You'll
You'll hear because I know you're gonna love that.
okay.
You'll think back
All
to
right.
that.
Well, thanks, dude. I hope this isn't a copy. It says here that would be illegal if you copy the disc. So.
Oh no, it's only the reels for my reels friends.
Okay.
Homebrews are for himself.
Yeah, also
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, dude. Yeah. Thanks.
Also, I want to plug too that Jonathan Porter is recording a music video for me.
Oh.
Yes.
And I know this is the end of the video, but I have no idea what it's going to be because I want to leave it up to him and Dylan because I have a huge faith in Jan's Crew and I love their videos. So I want to plug Jan's Crew if you're into this video. And
They are great videos.
that music video will be coming in the works here later on, but I'm in the dark as much as you guys are on it, and I'm super excited to record it. So.
And I'm super excited to help film it. So it's
And
gonna-
they did pick the song. It's going to be In the Eyes of the Giants. It's one of my favorite songs, and I can't wait to see your creative vision with that one.
Alright.
Almost as much as Sean's vision of playing Gears of War 2, while you guys have this crappy old game.
Right. I
Yeah,
just can't
so-
stop thinking about it.
So,
Can't
wait.
So you plugged all your stuff. How about like any upcoming shows that we need to know about?
Not at the moment. You can normally catch me if you follow me on Facebook, Crow Hardley. You can find me usually promoting shows for the Pittsburgh area, like I said, Southside Pittsburgh, Wheeling area. Pretty much just go online, just find me on there, message me. I'm super easy to get a hold of, and let you know what shows is coming up. Really just looking forward to doing the music video, promoting my newest album, Gut Feeling, which came out. It's my third studio album. I really, really like it, and I hope you guys do too. Again, you can hear it for free online, streaming it, all that stuff. And I'm going to have some t-shirts made up pretty soon too, which is pretty cool. So now I got all that boring stuff out of the way. Let's keep talking about Gears of War 2, man. What's going on with that?
We're gonna have to cut it because I don't have to go play it. I am just wrought with anticipation. So,
Yeah.
But
Crow, it was great having you on.
thank you for
man.
having me on.
Thanks for
Thank
being
you
here.
so much.
Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you. I'm actually going to take this back.
Oh, I can't. I don't even get to play it. Crow Hardley, everybody,
Thank you.
and we will see you next time on episodes of Chords and Consoles.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Make sure you also check out the Console Space podcast where we talk about video games and game day gameplay. We talk about sports, like, share, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks again, guys. We'll do it again soon. Later.
Play ball!